And I love it. And you know, I love you're just so much about sharing. And I just it's just that the energy that comes from you is just such amazing. And I love that, you know, I don't know if many people I mean, I know you've sold a lot of your affirmation decks because you created that, and I don't know how many more people know about that, but it is the most amazing thing. I love your affirmation cards that you created, and I love that you're sharing that with everybody. Can
Yeah,
you
that's
tell me like why did you want to do that and how did you, I mean, was it like a pretty big experience for you of putting yourself out there and
it's really interesting because for me, my affirmation cards was, I received a deck from a friend of mine, and I I didn't have any affirmation decks. I have lots of decks of different things, tarot cards and things like that. But I didn't have any actual affirmations. And I received this deck of cards from her, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'd get the affirmation out and I'd read it. And it came with a little stand, and I'd put it on the stand, and I'd have it on my desk. And I I just wasn't getting that benefit of that affirmation card. And so I was, thinking, how can I create a little bit more? So I used Reiki, and I asked, how can I make this more beneficial? And that's where the reflections came in. I'm like, oh, absolutely. If there was some reflection that I can do with this affirmation to bring it in home, to let it
right.
settle in, to make it real, because you can say an affirmation all day, but if you're not feeling it, you're just saying words. So I'm like, how can I feel this? So I sat with it, I journaled, I kind of kept working with the energy on it. And then it came, with the Reiki energy that and the five ideals of Reiki, I that we could transform these cards into something that other people could use to take a moment for themselves, to stop and really feel into these affirmations, to make them live.
Yeah.
And so when you look at it, you don't just go, oh, yeah, that's great, and move on, but you really take that time to quiet your own inside and feel into it and allow the loving Reiki energy to come through.
Yes, I no, I love it. And I mean, I don't know if you realize how powerful you are. And I don't mean this to be in a negative way of sharing the cards, but I was at first sharing, you doing a pulling a card, and I stopped because it was so personal, because the power was so incredible that it literally was then I'd pull a card and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, that's exactly how I'm feeling. Or I would pull a card and go, oh, whatever. And then later in the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, my card. This, oh my, I need to be. And it was so personal that then I started thinking, well, do I want to share this? Because I'm like, I felt like I'm giving a vision of my soul to other people. And I'm like, no, I'm like the energy from the cards. It's so powerful. I don't know if you realize that it literally what you just described is what I'm feeling from these cards I got.
Well, it's kind of great because when I originally created them, I was creating them with Reiki in mind, with the five ideals in mind. And I'm sure you've pulled a couple of cards that kind of resemble the five ideals.
Yeah.
But I also created the energy of those cards, no matter where they were printed or how that part works, but the energetic piece of it, I requested that the Reiki energy flow through those words to the people receiving them.
Yeah.
So it's like getting a little infusion of Reiki every
Yes.
time you read one.
Yes.
So I thank you for sharing that
Oh,
and for bringing that forward. Not many people would share that,
right.
and so it's and I don't want to step out and say, oh, they're Reiki infused, blah blah. That's
Oh,
not
right.
really where I'm at, but
Right.
that certainly was my intention. So
Yes.
thank you so much
No.
for sharing.
Yeah.
I am
And
honored to hear that.
I mean, I hope people do share them. That's, you know, that is the good thing to do. But I'm just saying, it was sometimes, I mean, just sometimes, we're human and things just, whatever kind of practitioner you are, you have days, and I just would sometimes I'm like reading it and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I'm just not feeling the joy. And it's talking about how I need the joy. And then later on, I realized, oh my gosh, I'm really in a bad mood. And the joy I really need, and so it became just so personal that I was just like, I think this is just something I need for myself. And it's just something that's really, I enjoy them. And so it just became this personal thing that I was tied to it. And,
That's beautiful.
and for anyone, so they are on Amazon, so people can go and look on Amazon and Renee Green. And you can also go to Tarot PJ, TAROTPJ.com. Or no, I'm sorry, it's Renee.tarotpj.com. And they will take you directly to Renee's cards, or you can go to Amazon and you can search for um, your affirmation deck. You can also go to, I think you have them on your website, right? Green.
I do.
Yeah,
And when
green.
you're searching on Amazon, you can always go to A Moment for You,
Okay.
affirmations, and they will come up. As well as, every Sunday I do a card pull for the collective
Ooh,
for the week.
nice.
So feeling into the energy of the collective and what we all need to take a
Yes.
little moment and reflection, and then just do a little short meditation, very, very short. Nobody has to get scared.
Right. Right. Right.
But yeah, beautiful.
And so you're on Facebook so people can find you. Your website is greenrenee.com.
You got it.
Is it the same for Facebook or is it Renee Green for on Facebook?
It's Renee Green on Facebook.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Any other
I
sites?
will send you the link and you can add it onto
Okay.
the notes on your podcast
Okay.
if you'd like. That would be
Perfect.
great. Oh, I would love to
Perfect.
have some people come join us. That'd be so much
Yes.
fun.
Yes.